I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog .stampwithelaine.com. I have a bonus video for you this Sunday. I'm going to make 4 cards, 4x4, that's 10.2 by 10.2 centimetres, all out of a sheet of 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. And in centimetres, that's 30.5 by 30.5 centimetres. As you can see, the ink has taken in between the branches and kept the birch trees white, but the background is coloured, so I'll show you how to do that. You will need additional cardstock for the inside of your cards. This is cut at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 inches, and in centimetres that's 9.5 by 9.5. You will also need some half-inch strips of cardstock, and that's for the sentiment piece here, and some scrap whisper white with which to punch and stamp out your snowflakes. We'll bring our trimmer in and I'll show you how to cut the 12 by 12 inch sheet. First you move it along to the 8-inch mark, and your first cut will be a strip that is 4 inches by 12 inches long. Then you turn it landscape and you cut it at 4 inches, which will leave you with an 8 by 8 inch piece, and you cut it again in half. And that will give you 3 4 by 8 inch pieces, and with the 4 by 12 you cut that 4 inches off at the end, and you've got a 4 inch by 4 inch piece left over, and this leaves you with 4 by 8 inch pieces of card scored in half. The stamp sets you need are the Flurry of Wishes. This can be bought as a bundle together with the punch, or you can buy them separately. We're using the bundle today. Also used this little snowflake stamp from the Happy Scene stamp set. Also need your Pool Party Smoky Slate and Versamark ink pad, heat and stick powder, and Dazzling Diamonds, a heat tool, and the Woodland's textured embossing folder. Now that I've prepped everything, I'm ready to go. So as a interesting exercise, I thought I might actually put the timer on, a stopwatch on, and see how long it will take me from start to finish. First, for the technique, you need to ink up your texture embossing folder, and because I want to put heat and stick powder on it, I'm going to ink up my embossing folder on the Sizzix logo side. And the reason why is because the spaces in between the birch trees are raised, so that's where the ink will hit the spots. And the reason I'm putting Versamark on top first is because I want to adhere the heat and stick powder to it afterwards, and I don't want my Versamark ink pad to get all dirty. Oh, I forgot to put the stopwatch on. We'll start from there because I was talking too much. And then we follow it with the coloured ink pad. So in theory, because you stamped with the Versamark first, when you come to transfer the ink onto your cardstock, then the Versamark will be sitting on top. This is where we need our 6x6 sheet. Put it on the opposite side of your embossing folder. Sandwich it between your two plates and then run it through the Big Shot. So I'll do that off camera. Bring my heat and stick powder in. Bring my heat tool in. I've just got glitter all over me because I tripped. So I've got more glitter on me than I have on the card. It's what happens when you're trying to beat the clock. Now we bring back our trimmer and we cut that at 3 inches, which is 7.6, I think. I've had to change heat tool because my other heat tool had malfunctioned. Now I'm going to use the Smoky Slate ink pad, which is here, and I'm going to stamp Merry Christmas, which is from the Flurry of Wishes stamp set, onto my 1/2 inch pieces of cardstock. Whoops, didn't stamp that too well. Let's go on the other side. So I need 4. Now I'm going to stamp my snow flurry, and because the punch, the larger snowflake is on the right, you need to make sure that when you're stamping your large snowflake is on the right. So this is stamped in Pool Party. Looks as though I might have to re-ink the pool part, and I only need 4. So let's punch those out. Next we want to use our curvy corner trio punch, and we're going to be using this decorative corner. And the trick to using this has been flipped, but this hasn't. So if you punch, there are guidelines here for you to insert your corner punch, and if you don't flip the card, I've punched it like this, then it won't be properly symmetrical, it's just slightly skew-if. But this card has been punched like so for the first time, and then you flip it and punch it this way. So then these two sides are symmetrical. So I'll just show you. So then they marry up. Okay, to make a card we only want just the one corner, because when you're making Christmas cards you're making multiples off, so you want as few steps as possible but still with the wow factor. Next we want to stamp, and we're going to stamp this sentiment, Flurry of Wishes, in Smoky Slate. Let's stop the clock for a while because I can't find it. And then we're going to be stamping it with this stamp from the Happy Scenes, which is this stamp here. And I've smudged the stamp, so I think I'll pop some there. So now we want to glue it onto the inside of our card. And I've gone back to using Tombow because at least it will give me a bit of leeway. Now we want to glue the front, so we'll bring back the bits that we did before. Again with Tombow. Attach it to the front of our cards. Double check it's the right way up. Next we want to cut our sentiments, so I'm going to allow a bit of leeway there. Cut that in the middle. Do the same for the others. We just curl them a little bit with the bone folder. Pop glue dots on the back. Dimensionals on the back of these. Then last of all, a rhinestone in the middle. Stop. Oops. Stop. So there you have 4 cards from start to finish, including a technique, in less than 20 minutes. Oh, I didn't mean to start that again. In just under 20 minutes. So not bad, eh? Including a technique, and also here's a normal ordinary card in full size. So I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial, and pop back for more inspiration next week. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Enjoy!